What is going on, fellow outlaws? Outlaw Gary here, and in this video we're showcasing one of the greatest locations to make some money in Red Dead Online. Of course, if you are struggling with cash, never fear, my brother and sister Gary Berry is here to help you make some additional cash. Now, I've been playing Red Dead Online for a long time, and I've uploaded multiple videos in different spots how to make some good cash. Today we've made our way on over to Untitled Lake because this lake has it's a pretty hot spot for various wildlife, from fishes to birds. They were hunting all the above. Now, if you guys have never seen my videos and have no idea what we do here, we normally hunt animals like this, crows, and we also look in the sky, animals like the geese, which are perfect because that's what we're looking for today. A few birds to shoot out of the sky real quick. Perfect. Now, the reason why these animals are so great to hunt is because you can make really good money off the feathers and the carcasses if done correctly. The geese themselves net pretty great money, and on top of that, if you do get the little birds, I have something that I haven't been showing you guys here in the channel that I've known about, but I always forget to mention it. And it wasn't until a lot of you guys messaged me like, Garrett, you have to correct your videos and let the people know. And I was like, oh my god, I forgot. So in this video, I'll be showing you a secret when it comes to birds that many of you guys may not know about. So let's stow the Canadian goose that we have in our hand on our horse. And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep the radar pretty large here. We're gonna run over here. We're gonna keep it large as long as possible. We're gonna pick up this crow. We're gonna run back over here. Now, the reason why we do this is because if you leave the area of where the animals were killed and they're not in the vicinity of your radar, they actually despawn. Now, I don't know why Rockstar thought of this idea as like, this is a great idea for them to do, because when shooting birds, if they are not in your general vicinity when they fall to the ground, you actually lose that carcass entirely. And there isn't really a way for you to secure that goose or geese or flying bird unless you're hunting with multiple people. The only way it can work is if you have various people in a surrounding area. An example on this lake specifically, if you have multiple people on different angles of where the birds are flying, then you'll be able to secure these animals. Now, the great spot of Untitled Lake, and the reason why it makes it such a good spot to be, is because the chances of you getting griefed or bothered by anyone are slim to none. I made a video about this a little while ago and how limited amount of people actually visit Strawberry in any given lobby. And think about it yourself too. How many times are you actually in the Strawberry area at all? How often have you ever been to Strawberry, the town, in Red Dead Online? I can assure you it's probably less than Saint Denis, Blackwater, and Valentine all combined. And honestly, it's a really good spot to just come over to be left alone and really enjoy some easy hunting and easy money making at that. Now, like I mentioned before, this spot is not only great for birds, but it's also great for other wildlife. There are large amount of animals here that include bucks, white-tailed deer, beavers, and other types of animals that can make easy additions to your satchel, like the crow I picked up earlier. As I mentioned before, there are specific birds that you can grab that can go into your satchel. From the waxing birds that I always showcase that sell for about 60 cents, the crow is also one of them. I'm gonna try in this video to get 2 crows, and I'll compare them side by side to show you guys the difference that each of these crows make, because if I can get 2 good crows in this video, I can show you how I can make tons of money really simply. Now, already, right off the bat, I already have 10 goose feathers. Now, goose feathers make pretty good money right away. I've already made upwards of $12 to $15 at the start of this video, and we aren't even close to done. Now, what I like to do at this point is I like to see whether or not there's any additional birds that I have not hunted in the area. So I hear some crows nearby. We're probably gonna end up jumping off our horse here, and we're gonna kill this little beaver, or this raccoon, really quickly, just because he's right here. Now, what makes the raccoon and this small animal so great is not that they sell for a lot of money, but you can easily skin them and throw them in your satchel. These types of animals are really great because they're little varmints. They're super easy to just throw in your bag, and you don't really have to worry about taking up space on your horse. And that goes for all the varmint types of animals. The smaller the animal, the easier it is to just throw into your bag, and that's when you want to head over to Untitled Lake. So in this area, you'll find various different animals, including beavers. Now, beavers don't sell for crazy amounts of money, but as you guys can see, there's a perfect beaver right here. So we're gonna, oh, it's a good beaver. We're gonna shoot this little bad boy in his face, and it looks like there's only 1 beaver on this bank. But if we go across the river, there's actually a conglomerate of beavers, about 6 to 10 beavers that spawn on that side. And I only know of this because of my videos in Red Dead Redemption 2 story. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave the beaver carcass here. We're gonna be taking the beaver hide, the beaver meat. I'm gonna bring my horse on over. And of course, at all times, you wanna keep your eyes in the sky. You see these little birds flying overhead. I'm not sure what kind of birds these are. They might be ravens, so not worth much, but let's see if we can lock onto them. What are they? Ravens. Now, ravens are not great money. Ravens make you decent money, but nothing too great. And you guys can see there's quite a bit of them. And we could shoot them all down. You'll make pretty okay money off ravens, but they definitely should not be your go-to. There are these types of birds as well. Loons. Loons are really, really good money. I'm not sure why, but loons only are only like ever alone. Like you hardly ever find loons in a multiple, I guess, flock or multiple loons in one area. But these loons are pretty good money. The feathers alone sell for great money, as well as the gamey bird meat you get as just extra. So the loon feathers is where you're gonna have a majority of your money coming from with these birds. So we're gonna pluck the raven as well. Now, raven feathers and ravens as a whole are not fantastic money. The flight feathers sell for about 15 cents each. You get some gamey bird meat, and then you get 2 raven feathers per raven, which is not fantastic, but it definitely adds to our satchel. And as much money as you possibly can make, you might as well just get whatever you can while you're out here, because I believe in many cases hunting is much more valuable than actually doing these large series events. And you guys will see how much money we make in this video when we go to sell everything. So let's make our way over to the other side of this little area, and I forgot about this hawk, the eagle I should say. And we got more. Oh, look at all these ducks. I wasn't ready. I wasn't in a position to get all these ducks, but as you guys can see there, that's like 10-15 ducks easily, which is really, really easy money. So when you cross this bridge, you do want to shoot that eagle before it flies away. When you're approaching it, make sure you just keep an eye out for the eagle. Now, there are 3 eagles that spawn in this area, and I believe the eagle might sell for the same price as the goose. So let me quickly check that. Okay, so I was super wrong. The golden eagle sells for a carcass for $3.50. The goose only sells for $2.50. So, of course, naturally, we're going to throw this golden eagle on the side of our horse, replacing one of the perfect geese that we have. Now, if we do find a pelican or any large bird like that that would be considered exotic bird, those birds normally sell for more, and we are gonna try our best to find those. Now, I'm gonna jump off my horse here because in this area is where we're gonna find some of these beavers. And as you guys can see, there's a beaver there. Is there anything else? No, it's just one beaver, it looks like. One little lonesome beaver. How sad. Now, like I mentioned before, if you do want to come here, Lake Owenjilla is also a great place to bring some dynamite. As you guys can see, there's a large amount of fish. If you have not seen the great way to go dynamite fishing for XP, it's a really easy method to make large amounts of XP for leveling. So in this run, if you wanted to, you could also use dynamite. The only downside to that is the fact that using dynamite will scare away any animals in the vicinity. So you have to really come here with one specific purpose. Whether it's using dynamite or farming money, you need to decide what you want to do. And is that a loon that just flew away? It was. And unfortunately, because I killed it while it was so far away, we won't be able to get that body. I think that's the biggest downside to hunting in this area, is the fact that if something does fly away, you really won't be able to get it, especially when it's out in the middle of the water. Now, in this general vicinity, there is some birds on this ridge somewhere. Let me quickly find this for you. And I don't know if it's due to the time, but there are normally hawks and eagles on these ridges. We saw one on the bridge, and I believe there's about 1 or 2 more somewhere in the general area that I'm just missing and forgot the location, as I haven't been here since I played Red Dead Redemption 2 story. And the last time I was here was for, forgot what specific purpose. Oh, when I was upgrading my satchel in Red Dead Redemption 2, I needed some beaver pelts, I believe it was. I think I needed a perfect beaver, and I was over here. And that's what made me come over here and make this video showcasing in Red Dead Online, because it is a pretty decent spot. Now, just like in Red Dead Redemption 2 story, there's always one guy on this side fishing, and as you guys just saw, another duck got away. Now, when in this area, you want to make sure that you shoot the animals before they can fly. The reason for that is if they fly overhead, you won't be able to get them. But as you guys can see, there's quite a large amount of fish here. Sockeye salmon, it looks like, some other larger fish. Wow, there's a lot of fish here. So yeah, if you had a dynamite stick and you threw it right there where all those fish were, you could easily kill upwards of 7 fish. This is a really good spot to go dynamite fishing. Unfortunately, I don't have any dynamite with me because I did not expect do that or talk about it, but I'm letting you guys know as we go along showcasing this spot, because I like to give much more than just the simple 1-2. Hey guys, come to this spot. What is this? Oh, a little I missed. How did I just miss? The little rattlesnake, it was perfect. Unfortunately, me shooting it scared it off. And as you guys can see in the water, there's some beavers in there. Now that beaver, because I did shoot, did get scared. So he is in the water now. Also a beaver over there, it looks like. Beavers do, you know, they roam around in this area pretty often. And I can actually shoot that beaver specifically. Pop it right in the head. As I don't want that beaver to get away. I do want its hide. We can sell it for some additional money. Now, because I use my bolt action rifle, unfortunately, it ruined the beaver pelt, so make sure you guys use your varmint rifle. I naturally pulled out my bolt action rifle, which was not a smart move. Now, right above Untitled Lake, you'll also find some white-tailed deer. So make sure you guys do go hunting for those as well, as it's an easy carcass you can throw on the back of your horse, especially if they're bucks. You always want to go for those bucks. They can net you easily $13, similar to birds, but it's just a carcass. We're gonna skin this white-tailed deer, and if you can find 2 white-tailed deer while you're out here, or 2 large carcass animals, whether it's a deer or really, or maybe an elk. Maybe you can, I'm not sure if you can drag an elk, but yeah, you can drag an elk. Any large animal that you can also drag to Strawberry to sell to the butcher is a great find as well. So like this was literally right above Untitled Lake, and I can show you guys right here, right next to it. So you can make that rotation around and then make the rotation back to Strawberry and do that to make some extra money. So I'm gonna grab the deer, I'm gonna throw it in the back of the horse, and then I'm gonna keep my eyes out for another large carcass animal, as now we have 2 birds on the side and an animal in the back. We've killed quite a few birds already. I think in this run so far, we've made upwards of around $30. We're making pretty decent money. And of course, there are other money-making locations. So if this one's not for you and you don't think it's that great, guys, don't worry. This isn't the only one. I also like to kill turkeys because turkeys are pretty easy to get rid of. And the feathers don't sell for too bad of money either. So if you get a perfect turkey, you're getting 3 turkey feathers for every star you find. And that's how it normally works for birds. For every star the animal is, you get 1 to 3 items from it. So whether it's the meat or the feathers, that's how it depends how many you get from that specific animal. We're keeping our eyes open for another deer of some sort. So far, no luck. We got some chipmunks here. We got like 5 squirrels. Oh my god. Okay, what? There's so many squirrels here. I have never seen that many squirrels in my life. Like that was a ton of squirrels. At least 6 squirrels all running together, which is really good money. Like I think they're like a dollar a piece. And because I have these squirrels, I can show you guys what I wanted to show you, because since these are satchel items where you just throw the carcass in your inventory, I'll show you exactly what we can do with them. And lo and behold, dudes, right next to the water, there is another deer I just saw right there. Look at him. Is it a buck? It might be a buck. Wait, is it a horse? It's a moose. Wait, what? Oh, wait, that's a buck. So we've taken out the elk. Now this elk is not gonna give us great money due to the fact that it is poor quality, and when I found it, it was already poor. But what we can do is we can lasso this bad boy before we skin it, and now we can drag this guy all the way back to Strawberry. Now, of course, along the way, if I find anything that's of better quality, I can always use that instead. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna drag him to Strawberry to make a little bit of extra money. And surprisingly enough, there are a few guys here. Got some guys there. Don't think I have much to worry about. Not even sure why there's dudes even in Strawberry, but it looks like they're having a little party. I'm hoping they don't bother us. I've honestly never seen anyone in Strawberry in normal lobbies, but we'll see what happens. So let's head on over there. Let's grab this moose. Fingers crossed, nighttime has fallen. Let's go sell this stuff. I swear, it looks so funny me dragging this moose, but it works really well. And if I had a second horse, I can simply throw this moose carcass on the back of that horse. And then from that point, I can just have now 3 carcasses I can sell to the butcher. So you're making money in every angle here, from feathers to meats to carcasses themselves. A lot of money can be made, especially when you're so close to a butcher. Strawberry is one of the few places you can do this because it's so close to a general area of large animals and a various amount of different animals. So I'm glad I was able to find this and showcase this to you guys today, because it's actually a really good spot. And oh my goodness, that was a whitetail buck. It was a regular whitetail buck, poor quality, 1 star. I was really excited because like, oh yes, this would make me 13 bucks. But unfortunately, it was not that great of a quality buck. But as you guys can see, on the way back, I'm making even a little bit additional money. Now, I am going to grab this whitetail buck, though. It is on its way down. It's going to die here, which, unfortunately for him. Now, I'm going to put it out of its misery since it is poor quality. If you are ever hunting and this happens to you, do not shoot the buck or the animal that's down like I just just did, because if you do, you actually worsen its quality. So if it's a perfect animal and you do what I just did by shooting in the head, you'll actually lose the quality of this animal. So from what it looks like, the people in Strawberry may be of good spirits and are not griefers. So let's hope. I didn't see anybody in there that would have a name that would resemble a griefer, like XXX Bad Boy 32 or something, XX. Those normally are the griefers that I've found. So we'll see what happens. And let's grab this this carcass and head to Strawberry. Now, one thing you gotta be careful of in this area is when you come to town, be careful with the turns you take. If you take a wrong turn and get the carcass you're dragging stuck on a rock or something, you're gonna have to reposition yourself. But so far, we're looking good. These guys are sitting by the butcher, so I'm a little worried, but we might be okay. We might be all right. These guys don't look like they're looking to cause me any trouble. That's nice. So we're gonna skin this elk. I don't know if they're just AFK or what, but fingers crossed they don't cause us any issues. With this, we're getting the elk. So we have $1,736. All right, so the poor elk pelt isn't gonna make us much money. It's only $2.60, but right now we have $1,736. Let's sell everything that we have and we'll see how much money we end up with. So the loon feathers, like I mentioned earlier, are pretty great money. They each sell for $1.20. Now, finding a loon is sometimes pretty difficult because they're not like very common birds and they only fly in single digits. So a loon feather can be sold for $1.20, but if you get a perfect loon, it gives you 3 feathers. So that's really, really great money for just some feathers. Comparatively, an eagle feather sells for $1.50 each, and that's a pretty big bird. So it's on the same scale as an eagle. So I'm gonna sell this for $4.50. Then we have the eagle talon. We have 2 antlers, an elk and a buck. The buck selling for $1.05, $1.35 for the elk. The perfect raccoon pelt that we killed for $1.20, not bad at all. And we have the loon feathers, like I mentioned before, $2.40. Flight feathers, really, really not worth it, but we're gonna sell them. Goose feathers, 45 cents each, on the same scale as a turkey feather, $4.50. Pretty easy money. Then we have turkey feathers again, 45 cents each. We're gonna sell those really quickly. All the meats we're gonna get rid of as well. We don't want them, nor do we need them, as we have a lot of cooked meat already, including plumped bird meat for 40 cents each. Raven feathers going for 45 cents each, equally as goose. So as many birds as you guys see in the sky, shoot them out of the sky. We have a perfect goose carcass that goes for $2.50. And then we have the perfect eagle carcass, like I mentioned earlier, selling for $3.50. Moving on to the perfect deer pelt, you get $2.25 for that. Not a ton of money, but it's some money. Then the perfect deer carcass for $7. Buck pelt for $1.30. Poor elk pelt for $2.60. Good beaver pelt sells for $1.50 each, so that's $3 for us. Some good snake skin, and then this is where the big secret comes in. So good squirrel carcass goes for $1.05 each. Now I'm gonna sell everything else we have really quickly so we can get a full, like, really, really good understanding of how to do this. So you quickly want to sell all the stuff you have in your inventory, including animal fat, whatever meats you have, just in case, so you can see what I'm exactly doing. You don't have to do this really. It's just for me to really paint the picture to you guys of how this really works. So if I were to sell each good squirrel carcass, I would only get $1.05, and then good crow carcasses, I would only get 60 cents. So watch this. With the crow carcass, we're gonna make some more money off this crow carcass really easily. We're gonna open up our satchel and we're gonna go to the crow carcass, and then we're gonna click X to break it down. In doing so, you'll see that I get a bunch of different items. We get crow feathers, flight feathers, and gamey bird meat. Now, upon selling these things, I was only gonna get 60 cents for the crow carcass, but because we broke it down, I now have 60 cents just off crow feathers. Boom. I just made that money back. Any additional money we get is just free money. So 2 flight feathers, that's an additional 30 cents, plus gamey bird meat, that's 55 cents that you might have been missing out on for this, like, for a while now. Part of that is my fault because I never told you guys about this secret. So let's do the same thing with the squirrel carcass. We have 1 squirrel carcass. Let's break that down real quick. After breaking down 1 squirrel carcass, you get a lot of different items. So check this out. A good squirrel carcass was selling for $1.05 before. Now the good squirrel carcass, when you break it down, you get stringy meat, a squirrel tail, and the hide. So 45 cents, 55 cents, 70, 80 cents. So you get 85 cents by breaking down the squirrel. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I just lost out on some money. So this method doesn't work with all animals. It might only work for birds because birds give you flight feathers, and each type of bird gives you a type of feather, and feathers normally go for 30 to 45 cents each, depending on the quality of the bird. So do not break down squirrel carcasses. As you guys can see, the body of a squirrel in good condition displaying minor damage can be sold. $1.05 for a squirrel carcass is pretty fair. Earlier we saw 6 squirrels running around If we would have killed all 6 squirrels, we made $6 off them. Fortunately, I was on my horse, so I didn't see them all. So whenever you guys see these little animals running around, sell them. Like, just kill them all. Kill everything you guys see. Make the most amount of money possible. We're ending this video at $17 or $1,796. Not bad at all. I really enjoy this strawberry method because it's just an easy method for you to have a less chance of getting griefed or killed, and it's a simple run. It's also pretty fun. Just go around the lake, kill the birds in the sky you see, go around and kill the beavers, the squirrels, bring back 2 deers or an elk, come back to strawberry, sell all those things, and you've made some decent money. In no way, shape, or form are you gonna become a millionaire doing this overnight, but over time, if you do this, you can make some serious cash. I definitely enjoyed my time making this video for you guys and with you guys. And of course, if you enjoyed it as well, make sure you guys drop a like. Let's go for 2,000 likes on this video. Hopefully that breakdown secret helped you guys, and I'll see you guys later with a brand new video. Later, guys.